Sources tell ABC News 4 people have been killed in the shooting at the high school in the city of Winder, about 45 miles northeast of Atlanta. At least 9 others were taken to the hospital with injuries. The suspect is alive and we're told in custody. Law enforcement are investigating this shooting this morning at Appalachia High School. Authorities responded to the scene for a reported active shooter. The sheriff, again, confirming now 1 suspect in custody.
Unclear if that suspect is a student or someone else. Meanwhile, President Biden issuing a statement saying, in part, Jill and I are mourning the deaths of those whose lives were cut short due to more senseless gun violence and thinking of all of the survivors whose lives are forever changed. We'll have much more.
When the time was finally up, we went to the hallway that it happened in, and that's when I saw like my math teacher, and he was all covered. I saw blood everywhere. It was sad.
And you've shared videos with us showing the hallway where you guys were walking as you were evacuating. Describe, our viewers can't see the video right now, but describe to us what you just showed us in those videos.
It was basically my math teacher, just a white cover was on top of him, but in the video, like y'all about to see, it's like a blood there, but it was really quick. Like everybody was in a rush trying to get out. Math teacher, just a white cover was on top of him. My math teacher, just a white cover was on top of him. And then our math teacher got shot, and he was just laying there like in blood and everything. He was just laying there like in blood and everything. He was just laying there like in blood and everything. That's when I saw like my math teacher, and he was all covered. I saw blood everywhere. He was all covered. He was all covered. He was just laying there like in blood and everything. He was all covered. He was just laying there like in blood and everything. He was all covered. He was just laying there like in blood and everything.
I felt my life flash before my eyes, literally.
Did you hear the gunshots at all?
Yeah, I was in the hallway, so you could hear them like bang on the lockers and stuff. And then my teacher, she like left the classroom but came back, but she had like fallen, something happened, and she screamed at us. And we were in a science classroom, so there's lab tables, so we all like book it for the lab tables. She closed the door, turns off the lights, and you could hear them rattle the door. And then a couple.
Them as in the gunmen or police?
So, well, it had just police. I didn't hear police shouting until like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, because we heard the sirens first, and then like a couple moments later, you heard like police, sheriff, and then you could hear like before the police arrived, it was like it didn't sound like a gun, but it sounded like I was saying like a metal trash can, like going, and you could hear the kids screaming down my hallway, and then you heard more like of like hitting the lockers and stuff, and then eventually the police came, and walking out you could see like what had happened, and then they took us all to the football field.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
Alrighty. Thank you guys so much. I know it has been a very, very long day for you guys. You guys have been listening to people who've been out on the football field for about 4 hours, Tom, Christine. They're still trying to process it. I think it's still haven't really sunken in what it is, but there are a lot of grateful parents.
It was a drill, then they ended up saying it wasn't a drill no more, and then
I immediately texted my dad, and I was just like, I don't know if this is a drill, I'm really scared.
It was a drill, then they ended up saying it wasn't a drill no more, and then
I immediately texted my dad, and I was just like, I don't know if this is a drill, I'm really scared.
It was for real. Next thing you know it, we heard people were sending messages to each other saying it's not a drill. It's an actual shooting. Be careful and, stay safe. And then when I figured it out, I texted my mom. My mom had told me I love you, and I was scared because I was like, what if I never see my parents again? So I was crying, trying to make sure I was like to stay safe. Like I was scared fighting.
I was scared I was going to die, to be honest. And when I heard hard lockdown, I knew it wasn't a drill. And I just kept my feet up and I prayed and I closed my eyes. And
Charlene says she was in the classroom with a substitute teacher with other students when they started hearing gunshots. Tell me, how did all of that play out?
I was just like doing my work, and like some minutes after Like, I heard some gunshots, and it appeared to be like, they were like that. You know, this is serious. So that's whenever like we all like shook to the corner, and somebody closed the door. I don't know who closed the door, but somebody closed the door, and then they started stacking up tables like on top of the.
So barricading the
yes,
door.
like barricading, like keeping it safe. And after that, like the announcements came on, and that's when like they were like it's a hard lockdown intruder drill, hard lockdown intruder drill,
hard lockdown intruder drill.
and then we were all like kids started crying, kids started freaking out, like everybody was just there, like, and we were just like all like laying down, and I was just telling everybody like it's okay, like God got us, like we're gonna be okay, like nothing's gonna happen.